Today you'll be hearing statements from Kim Kime, who is Chris Kime's natural mother, and Ken Kime, who is Chris Kime's natural father. So we'd like to open it up basically to questions. No one has prepared a statement, so please feel free. Okay, I take it back. Ken would like to give a statement.
I wrote it down a bit. All right. Just wanted to say that we're pleased with the resolution with the City of Seattle regarding the death of our son Chris. Like no dollar amount can compensate for his death, we felt it necessary to hold responsible Paul Schell and Chief Krilikowski for making the decisions for an unsafe condition to exist in Mardi Gras 2001, which caused harm to several people as well as Chris's death. We hope this resolution will prevent tragic events such as this from happening in the future. We'd like to think many people have supported our family and to help make this death a little more bearable. In particular, the Seattle Police Department in their investigation work and the arrest of Chris's murderer. Also, the prosecutor's office, Norm Mailing, and in particular Andrea Vidalich and Cynthia Port in their work in the conviction of Gerald Thomas. Finally, we thank our lawyers, Karen Kohler and Mike Whitby, for the painstaking hours of research and support to help convince the city that they have a responsibility to protect its citizens. The last act of Christopher's life was trying to help a stranger. Even after his death, Chris is still helping strangers. He donated his organs that changed the lives of several people. It is our hope that Christopher Kime's Memorial Scholarship will continue the legacy of helping each other, and that everyone consider organ donation. The plaque at Pioneer Square will be a constant reminder to everyone of how even the smallest acts of kindness and courage can make a difference, and that everyone deserves protection in these city-sponsored events.
Let me ask you, before I ask you a question, I'm going to just take one half step backwards because you've got son on half the Okay, let me ask you first of all, why it was so important for your family to meet with the chief and want to be a part of the city?
Well, the chief offered to talk to us, and we have yet to have the opportunity to talk to him. We felt he deserved the opportunity to talk to us, and we felt we needed an opportunity to talk to him as well.
What do you want to say?
That's going to be a private meeting. So at this point, we don't know what we're going to say or how it's going to go, but it's a private meeting. So
when was this meeting arranged?
we don't have a date yet.
Oh, okay, but when was it decided that you would meet? He reached out to you?
No, it was part of our resolution. We wanted to have the opportunity to reach him. But I will say he did send us a letter stating that he did want to talk to our family.
And when did you receive
That was right after the death.
Okay. And you haven't talked to him?
No.
You're going to do that today? Is that right?
Don't have a date set.
Tell me a little bit about the scholarship that has been put in place and what it represents, and do you have a part in saying what it should be?
Yes, we are going to have a definite say in what the scholarship, how the scholarship is given. We're going to give it out to a young person that might represent some of the values that Chris had. We haven't figured out all the details yet. It's still fairly fresh and new, but we wanted something to be able to remember him by, to keep his legacy moving along. So we thought that would be a great thing.
What kind of scholarship do you use for education?
It'll be an educational scholarship. We're thinking a person young age out of high school.
Can you tell me, is it hard to come down here knowing what the events that...
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, this is where my son died, so it's a special place in a lot of ways, and it is, every time you come down here for me, it's something.
This has been this whole ride, kind of an emotional roller coaster for you. How are you feeling about it right now?
Well, absolutely. This certainly helps put a period at the end of the sentence. There's been so many things happening over the year and a half from Christopher's death. A lot of people to thank that helped us get us through.
You mentioned something that you want to prevent this. Would you not want any other family to go through this?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We want to be involved in the city's decisions in future where it comes to public safety. And part of this is that we are going to be assured to be able to be involved in those decisions.
How hard was it for the family to go through this whole process?
I think that goes without saying. It's just a very difficult process. A public death of a son is nothing anyone would like to do.
Well, how will you be involved in safety decisions? Will you just be available and will be
At this point,
meetings,
at this point we're going to be involved in city council meetings whenever there's a public city safety issue involved. We're going to be invited.
You learned a horrible lesson about safety and lack of safety in person. Is there a message to the police department?
Well, we're hoping this whole thing sends a message that we need to protect our citizens. For some reason, communication broke down in such a way that night that the protection of citizens wasn't the primary thought in their minds, and that's what brought us to this point.
It's a question for both of you. I know that settlements like this are obviously bittersweet. Do you feel a responsibility in how you spend the settlement money and what you plan to do with it?
We've thought about it a little bit. It's kind of new to us. We want to make sure that things are done with the money to help other people that have, and other children who might need some help getting, like maybe playing soccer. When our children were little, Ken had lived out of state and I was a single parent, and there were many people who helped us by providing soccer scholarships and things like that for our children, and we'd like to help others in the same way. We've also, personally, between the two of us, we're going to be working out possibly a scholarship to the high school that Chris graduated at.
Let me ask you
Okay.
microphone. Tell me a little bit about your reaction to this filing, at least the 70%.
The most important thing was to continue on with Chris's legacy. He did something that I think a lot of us wouldn't want to do, and for us, it's kind of twofold. We grieve for our son every single day, and it is very difficult for us. Even with our own grieving, we have to deal with our children and try to help them and the rest of our family deal with that. But in the same aspect, we have met some wonderful people have become involved in our lives. And there are 5 special people right now that we have met that are as part of our lives as the rest of our family, and those are the 5 organ recipients that we have met. And for us, that's very important. And for myself, that's where I've taken some of my energy and want to help others realize the importance of organ donation, because there are actually about 16 people a day that die in the United States waiting for organ transplants. And that was a decision that Chris had made, and he had talked to me about 6 months before his death that that's what he wanted to do. And we made sure that that happened, and it's a blessing for us to see what he wanted actually happen and have those people involved in our lives. It's very rewarding.
Where did Chris get that ethic?
Where did he get the ethic?
Yeah, I mean, that's not something that an 18-year-old man is going to come up with.
I think really it was the Motor Vehicles Department offering it. I think that's one of the best ways. I think it was a thought that made a lot of sense to him. It was an offering when he was getting his driver's license. So he decided that.
I do. Is it the same for you as for Ken? Does it appear to get the son's closure in some way?
I don't think it closes a chapter, but it also opens others. There's never going to be what I would consider closure. We deal with this every single day. Our son is not there, and we have to deal with that every day, as do our other children and our parents and the rest of our family. So I would not call it a closure. I would, other than another chapter of his life is going to continue.
So you guys say that you're satisfied with the settlement. I don't know your own words, but you're satisfied.
We're happy about the settlement. The most important thing for us was Chris's legacy, and make sure dignity came to that, and it wasn't just something that went away.
For you, is it hard to come down here?
Is it hard? It's very hard to come down here. I will never come down here for a Mardi Gras, for obvious reasons. It is very difficult. I will let you know when we came down every day for the trial.
we came over this spot. It is difficult, but we know we have a reason to be down here, and that's the most important thing. It is very difficult, as is it when we go out to the cemetery. You know, that is a difficult thing. And the other day after I went out there, I thought I should not be taking flowers to my son's grave. I should be home baking some cookies. And I think we come down here out of respect for our son.
What do you think Chris would say about how hard it was really to keep his memory alive? The fact that you're going to get involved and the insurance doesn't have it yet. Are you involved as you can to try to see?
We wouldn't want the attention.
Oh no.
It's hard to know what to think.
Did you try to support this day?
Oh,
I think handle this?
I think
That's a
so.
hard question.
But I think I had to look at that the other day, and I thought he's probably as proud of us as we are of him, if that's possible.
Do you have anything to say for Jarrell Thomas, responsible for all this?
I don't.
Just he deserved what he got. He's now having to pay the price.
There's only one thing, you know, I know the whole family wants to say is to thank the media, whether it was written or TV or radio, and the whole community has really embraced us and added so much love to our family that, you know, without that, the thoughts and the prayers and the cards and the letters and the phone calls have absolutely been wonderful, and it helped us keep focused on the real reason why we're doing this.
So what was the process like regarding the settlement?
It was arduous. Our lawyers can probably speak a little more on that. It was gracious that the city accepted arbitration as opposed to the board. I think it would have been a much more difficult thing to go through a court settlement versus a public settlement for all of us, not only us, the city, but everybody. We haven't got that far yet, you know. This thing just happened. There's several things we want to do that would promote the good things, the betterment of several people's lives. And that's what we're looking at in all possibilities.
Obviously, we've been out. I've been very outspoken about organ donation. The biggest thing I want to be is the awareness. There are so many misconceptions about organ donation that we have heard. It is really amazing. So, to your question, the answer to your question, actually, yes, but we don't know to what extent.
So maybe in places better that more people can be safe.
Oh, we hope so. We've actually heard from, I talked to them yesterday, and we heard from Life Center. And every time we go, which is kind of a thanks to you guys too, every time you write an article about Chris or his organ donation, you put us on the radio, you put us in front of the TV. Every time you guys do that, you help us get the word out on organ donation, and they get inundated with phone calls for people asking to sign up to be organ donators or ask to even volunteer. So, you know, we thank you. You've helped us in that too.